Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Sutton, owner of Servant PT, host of the Servant PT podcast. Help women 50 and over live a life full of health, family, and fun through exercise and encouragement. Talking about frustrated and discouraged this morning. Have you ever been frustrated or discouraged? I'm sure you have. I've been there many times, and it got me thinking about it this morning. I've been listening to a book and just talking about assessing life and business and things like that. And and the guy talks about how when he opens people's eyes, they just feel so discouraged, so frustrated, just so stupid that they've made mistakes. And I found myself like frustrated and discouraged and felt stupid because of my mistakes. And it's always, I'll talk to my wife and she'll say, no, that was a bad decision, or we did make a mistake, but it's going to be okay. We can correct it after we see it. And that's kind of what I want to talk about with everybody this morning is, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to make decisions that we thought were great that turn out not to be so great later. We can always look back with, binoculars and a microscope and assess a situation that we were in and a mistake we made. But really, a lot of times we make the best decision we can with the information we have. And I'm going to talk about a little story real quick. When we became business owners, my wife and I, we made some mistakes. Like there were some things that we asked a ton of questions, but we didn't always know the right question to ask. And that's something I really want to do later. There's my sweet, wonderful lady that works for me. There's something that we want to do later is really kind of mentor people and kind of help people learn what questions to ask when you buy a business, when you go into a partnership, which we didn't do, and when you do other things and you branch out. So that's something that my wife actually wants to do, and it's something that I want to do one day is mentor people and say, hey, you need to ask this question, and you need to ask this question because if you don't, you're going to find out later that the answer to that question was not a good answer. But sometimes we just make the best decisions we can with what we have. And when what we did was we asked, accountants questions, we asked people at banks questions, we asked people that we trusted that were business owners questions, we asked, all these different questions. But sometimes there was one question that if we could have asked would have opened up the door to so many other things that we just didn't know. And I don't, it's my fault, but or our fault, but there's just certain things in life you don't know about until you experience them. Business, I think, is one of those things. So, the cool thing is it's going to be fine. Everything will work out. But sometimes you just make those mistakes, and we've made those mistakes, in business. I've made those mistakes in life and dealing with people. I've made those mistakes in school. Sometimes you're just doing the very best you can at the time, and your later self needs to remember that hey, I was just doing the best I could, and now we just have to deal with whatever the consequences or issues are from our decisions. So just want to encourage you this morning, if you find yourself frustrated or discouraged, I don't want to make anything political, but I know several people that are off work right now because of the government shutdown. Like that's got to be frustrating and discouraging. I mean, I know for one of my friends in particular, like it's very discouraging and whatever the real reasons and all this stuff, and whoever's controlling all this, like we need to get this stuff worked out and be able to move on because but there's really nothing you can do about that other than just try to keep moving forward and keep your head down and go. Yeah, man. I mean, Michael, it can be discouraging when you're building a business, and things are happening and you're, doing the best you can and you're not seeing the movement that you want to see all the time. But guys, just keep your head up, keep going. It's going to work out. When I look back on my life, any hard situation I've ever been in, any just mess or whatever I thought that I wasn't going to get out of, I've always gotten out of it. God's always made a way for me to get out of things and to move forward and to survive through the hard times. And I have no doubt that he's going to continue doing that for me. And I have no doubt that he's going to continue doing that for whoever is watching this now or listening later. So, guys, I hope y'all have an amazing day. Just know if you're feeling discouraged or frustrated, you're not alone. Um, you're not the only person dealing with that for sure, and you will make it through this. And just take care of yourself. Just know that I love you. I'm here for you, and like my wife says, God is good. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.